Act 4. Scene 1, Pinchwife's house in the morning. Enter Alithea dressed in clothes and Lucy.
Well, madam, now have I dressed you and set you out with so many ornaments and spent upon you ounces of essence and povilio, and all this for no other purpose but as people adorn and perfume a corpse for stinking second-hand grave. Such or as bad, I think, master's Sparkish bed.
Hold your peace.
Nay, madam, I will ask you the reason. Why would you banish poor Master Harcourt for ever from your sight? How could you be so hard-hearted?
'Twas because I was not hard-hearted.
No, it was stark love and kindness, I warrant.
It was so. I would see him no more because I love him.
They a very pretty reason.
You do not understand me.
I wish you may yourself.
I was engaged to marry, you see, another man, whom my justice will not suffer me to deceive or injure.
Can there be a greater cheat or wrong done to a man than to give him your person without your heart? I should make conscience of it.
I'll retrieve it for him after I am married a while.
The woman that marries to love better will be as much mistaken as the wencher that marries to live better. No, madam, marrying to increase love is like gaming to become rich. Alas, you only lose what little stock you had before.
I find by your rhetoric you have been bribed to betray me.
Only by his merit that has bribed your heart. You see, against your word and rigid honor. But what a devil is dishonor! It's sure a disease in the head, like the megrim or falling sickness, that always hurries people away to do themselves mischief. Men lose their lives by it. Women, what's dearer to them? Their love, the life of life.
Come, pray talk you no more of honour, nor Master Harcourt. I wish the other would come to secure my fidelity to him and his right in me.
You will marry him then?
Certainly. I have given him already my word, and will my hand too, to make it good when he comes.
Well, I wish I may never stick pin more, if he be not an errand natural to the other fine gentleman.
I only wants the wit of Harcourt, which I will dispense withal for another want he has, which is want of jealousy, which men of wit seldom want.
Lord, madam, what should you do with a fool to your husband? You intend to be honest, don't you? Then that husbandly virtue, credulity, is thrown away upon you.
He only that could suspect my virtue should have cause to do it. 'Tis Sparkish's confidence in my truth that obliges me to be so faithful to him.
You are not sure his opinion may last.
I am satisfied 'tis impossible for him to be jealous after the proofs I have had of him. Jealousy in a husband, heaven defend me from it. It begets 1,000 plagues to a poor woman, the loss of her honour, her quiet, and her...
And her pleasure.
What do you mean, impertinent?
Liberty is a great pleasure, madam.
I say loss of her honour, her quiet, nay, her life sometimes. And what's as bad almost, the loss of this town. That is, she is sent into the country, which is the last ill usage of a husband to a wife, I think.
Oh, does the wind lie there? Then of necessity, madam, you think a man must carry his wife into the country, if he be wise. The country is as terrible, I find, to our young English ladies as a monastery to those abroad. And on my virginity, I think they would rather marry a London jailer than a high sheriff of a county, since neither can stir from his employment. Formerly women of wit married fools for a great estate, a fine seat, or the like. But now it's for a pretty seat only in Lincoln's Inn Fields, St. James Fields, or the Pall Mall.
Enter Sparkish and Harcourt, dressed like a parson.
Your humble servant, a happy day to you, and to us all.
Amen.
Who have we here?
My chaplain, Faith, O madam. Poor Harcourt remembers his humble service to you, and in obedience to your last commands, refrains coming into your sight.
Is not that he?
No, I know, but to show that he never intended to hinder our match, has sent his brother here to join our hands. When I get me a wife, I must get her a chaplain, according to the custom. That is his brother and my chaplain.
His brother?
And your chaplain, to preach in your pulpit then.
His brother?
Hey, I knew you would not believe it. I told you, sir, she would take your brother Frank.
Believe it?
His brother. He has a trick left still, it seems.
Ah, my dearest, pray let us go to the church before the canonical hour is past.
For shame, you are abused still.
Oh, the world! 'Tis strange now you are so incredulous.
'Tis strange you are so credulous.
Dearest of my life, hear me. I tell you, this is Ned Harcourt of Cambridge. By the world, you see he has a sneaking college look. 'Tis true he's something like his brother Frank, and they differ from each other no more than their age, for they were twins.
Your servant, sir. I cannot be so deceived, though you are. But come, let's hear. How do you know what you affirm so confidently?
Well, what? I'll tell you all. Frank Harcourt coming to me this morning to wish me joy and present his service to you. I asked him if he could help me to a parson, whereupon he told me he had a brother in town who was in orders. He went straight away and sent him, you see there, to me.
Yes, Frank goes and puts on a black coat, then tells you he is Ned. That's all you have for it.
Pshaw! Pshaw! I tell you, by the same token, the midwife put her garter about Frank's neck to know him asunder. They were so like.
Frank tells you this too.
Aye, and Ned there too. Nay, they are both in a story.
So very foolish.
Lord, if you won't believe me, you had best try him by your chambermaid there, for chambermaids must need no chaplains from other men. They are so used to 'em.
Let's see. Nay, I'll be sworn he has the canonical smirk and the filthy clammy palm of a chaplain.
Well, most reverend doctor, pray let us make an end of this fooling.
With all my soul, divine heavenly creature, when you please.
He speaks like a chaplain indeed.
Why, was there not soul, divine, heavenly in what he said?
Once more, the most impertinent blackcoat, cease your persecution, and let us have a conclusion of this ridiculous love.
Had I forgot, I must suit my style to my coat, or I wear it in vain.
I have no more patience left. Let us make once an end of this troublesome love, I say.
So be it, seraphic lady, when your honour shall think it meet and convenient to do so.
Yet, I'm sure none but a chaplain could speak so, I think.
Let me tell you, sir, this dull trick will not serve your turn. Though you delay our marriage, you shall not hinder it.
Oh, far be it from me, munificent patroness, to delay your marriage. I desire nothing more than to marry you presently, which I might do if you yourself would, for my noble, good-natured, and thrice generous patron here would not hinder it.
No, poor man, not I, faith.
And now, madame, let me see you plainly. Let me tell you plainly. Nobody else shall marry you. By heavens, I'll die first, for I'm sure I should die after it.
How his love has made him forget his function, as I have seen it in real parsons.
That was spoken like a chaplain too? Now you understand him, I hope.
Poor man, he takes it heinously to be refused. I can't blame him. 'Tis putting an indignity upon him not to be suffered. But you'll pardon me, madam, it shan't be. He shall marry us. Come away, pray, madam.
Ha! He? Moradel, this late.
Invincible stupidity. I tell you, he would marry me as your rival, not as your chaplain.
Come, madam.
Sparkish begins pulling Alithea away.
I pray, madam, do not refuse this reverend divine the honour and satisfaction of marrying you, for I dare say he has set his heart upon it, good doctor.
What can you hope or design by this?
I could answer her. A reprieve for a day only often provokes a hasty doom. At worst, if she will not take mercy on me and let me marry her, I have at least the lover's second pleasure, hindering my rival's enjoyment. But for a time.
Come, madam, 'tis even 12 o'clock, and my mother charged me never to be married out of the canonical hours. Come. Lord, here's such a deal of modesty, I warrant. Hey!
Yes, ain't please your worship. Married women show all their modesty the first day, because married men show all their love the first day.
Exit ball. Scene 2. A bedchamber in Pinchwife's house. Pinchwife and Mrs. Pinchwife are discovered there.
Come, tell me, I say.
Lord, and I told you 100 times over.
I was try, if in the repetition of the ungrateful tale, I could find her altering it in the least circumstance, for if her story be false, she is so too. Come, how was't, baggage?
Lord, what pleasure you take to hear it, sure.
No, you take more in telling it, I find. But speak, how was't?
He carried me up into the house next to the exchange.
So, and you two were only in the room?
Yes, for he sent away a youth that was there for some dried fruit and China oranges.
Did he so? Damn him for it, and for...
But presently, come up with the gentlewoman of the house.
Oh, 'twas well she did. But what did he do whilst the fruit came?
He kissed me 100 times and told me he fancied he kissed my fine sister, meaning me, you know, whom he said he loved with all his soul, and bid me to be sure to tell her so, and to desire her to be at her window by 11 of the clock this morning, and he would walk under it at that time.
It was as good as his word. Very punctual. A pox reward him for it.
Well, and he said if you were not within, he would come up to her, meaning me, you know, but still.
So, he knew her certainly, but for this confession I am obliged to her simplicity. But what? You stood very still when he kissed you?
Yes, I warrant you. Would you have had me discovered myself?
But you told me he did some beastliness to you, as you call it. What was it?
Why, he put...
What?
Why, he put the tip of his tongue between my lips and so muscled me, and I said I'd bite it.
An eternal canker seize it for a dog!
Nay, you need not be so angry with him neither, for say truth, he had the sweetest breath I ever knew.
The devil! You were satisfied with it then, and would do it again?
Not unless he should force me.
Force you, Changeling? I tell you, no woman can be forced.
Yes, but she may sure by such a one as he's a proper, goodly, strong man. 'Tis hard, let me tell you, to resist him.
So, 'tis plain she loves him, and yet she has not love enough to make her conceal it from me. But the sight of him will increase her aversion for me and love for him, and that love instruct her how to deceive me and satisfy him, all idiot as she is. Love. 'Twas he gave women first their craft, their art of deluding. Out of nature's hands they came, plain, open, silly, and fit for slaves, as she in heaven intended them. But damned love. Well, I must strangle that little monster whilst I can deal with him. Go fetch pen, ink, and paper out of the next room.
Yes, bud.
She exits.
Why should women have more invention in love than men? It can only be because they have more desires, more soliciting passions, more lust, and more of the devil.
Re-enter Mrs. Pinchwife.
Come, minx. Sit down and write.
Aye, dear bud, but I can't do it very well.
Wish you could not at all.
But what should I write for?
I'll have you write a letter to your lover.
Oh, Lord, to the fine gentleman a letter?
Yes, to the fine gentleman.
Lord, but you do jeer. Sure you jest.
I'm not so merry. Come, write as I bid you.
What, do you think I am a fool?
She's afraid I would not dictate any love to him, therefore she's unwilling. But you had best begin.
Indeed and indeed, but I won't, so I won't.
Why?
Because he's in town. You may send for him if you will.
Very well. You would have him brought to you. Has it come to this? I say, take the pen and write, or you'll provoke me.
Lord, what do you make a fool of me for? Don't I know that letters are never writ but from the country to London, or from London to the country? Now he's in town, and I am in town too. Therefore, I can't write to him, you know.
So, I'm glad it is no worse. She is innocent enough yet. Yes, you may. When your husband bids you, write letters to people that are in town.
Oh, may I so? Then I'm satisfied.
Come, begin. Sir?
Right, as I bid you, or I will... Oh, right, no. Sorry. Nay, good bud. Sir?
Though I suffered last night your nauseous, loathed kisses and embraces. Right?
Nay, why should I say so? You know I told you he had a sweet breath.
Right.
Let me but put out loathed.
Right, I say.
Well then.
Let's see, what have you read? Though I suffered last night your kisses and embraces. Thou impudent creature, where is nauseous and loathed?
I can't abide to write such filthy words.
Once more, write as I'd have you, and question it not, or I will spoil thy writing with this. I will stab out those eyes that caused my mischief.
Pinchwife holds up a penknife.
Oh Lord, I will.
So, let's read now. Though I suffered last night your nauseous, loathed kisses and embraces. Go on.
I have writ it.
On then. I then concealed myself from your knowledge to avoid your insolencies.
So?
The same reason now I am out of your hands.
So?
Make me own to you my unfortunate, though innocent, frolic of being in man's clothes.
So?
That you may forevermore cease to pursue her who hates and detests you.
So?
What, do you sigh? Detests you as much as she loves her husband and her honour.
I vow, husband, he'll ne'er believe I should write such a letter.
What, he'd expect a kinder from you? Come, now your name only.
What, I shan't say your most faithful humble servant till death?
No, tormenting fiend. The style, I find, will be very soft. Come, wrap it up now whilst I go fetch wax and a candle, and write on the backside, For Mr. Horner.
For Mr. Horner. So I am glad he has told me his name, dear Mr. Horner. But why should I send thee such a letter that will vex thee and make thee angry with me? Well, I will not send it. Aye, but then my husband will kill me. For I see plainly he won't let me love Mr. Horner. But what care I for my husband? I won't, so I won't. Send poor Mr. Horner such a letter. But then my husband. But oh, what if I write at bottom, my husband made me write it? Aye, but then my husband would see it. Can one have no shift? Ah, a London woman would have 100 presently. Stay. What if I should write a letter and wrap it up like this and write upon it too? Aye, but then my husband would see it. I don't know what to do. But ye have had, I'll try, so I will. For I will not send this letter to poor Mr. Horner, come what will on it. Dear sweet Mr. Horner.
She writes and repeats what she writes.
So, my husband would have me send you a base, rude, unmannerly letter, but I won't. So, and would you have me forbid you loving me? So, but I won't. So, and would have me say to you, I hate you, poor Mr. Horner, but I won't tell a lie for him. There. For I'm sure if you and I were in the country at cards together, so I could not help but treading on your toe under the table. So, or rubbing knees with you and staring in your face till you saw me. Very well. And then looking down and blushing for an hour together. Well, but I must make haste before my husband comes. And now he has taught me to write letters, I shall have longer ones from me, who am, poor dear Mr. Horner, your most humble friend and servant to command till death, Margery Pinchwife. Stay, I must give him a hint at bottom. So, no, now wrap it up just like t'other. So, right, now write for Mr. Horner. But oh now, what shall I do with it? For here comes my husband.
Re-enter Pinchwife.
I had been detained by a Sparkish coxcomb who pretended a visit to me, but I fear 'twas to my wife. What? Have you done?
Aye, but just now.
Let's see it. What do you tremble for? What, you would not have let it go?
Here. Now I must not give him that. So I had been served if I had given him this.
Pinchwife opens and reads the first letter.
Come, where's the wax and seal?
Lord, what shall I do now? Nay, then I have it. Pray, let me see it, Lord. You think me so arrant a fool I cannot seal a letter. I will do it, so I will.
She snatches the letter from him, changes it for the other, seals it, and delivers it to him.
Nay, I believe you will learn that and other things too, which I would not have you.
So, and I done it curiously. I think I have. There's my letter going to Mr. Horner, since he'll need to have me send letters to folks.
'Tis very well, but I won't. You would not have it go now?
Yes, indeed, but I would, but now.
Well, you are a good girl, then. Come, let me lock you up in your chamber till I come back, and be sure you do not come within 3 strides of the window when I am gone, for I have a spy in the street.
Exit Mrs. Pinchwife. Pinchwife locks the door.
At least 'tis fit she thinks so. If we do not cheat women, they'll cheat us, and fraud may be justly used with secret enemies, of which a wife is the most dangerous, and he that hath a handsome one to keep in the frontier town must provide against treachery rather than open force. Now I have secured all within, I'll deal with the foe without, with false intelligence.
He holds up the letter and exits. Scene 3. Horner's lodging. Enter Horner and Quack. Well, sir, how fadges the new design? Have you not the luck of all your brother's projectors to deceive only yourself at last?
No, good Domine, Doctor, I deceive you, it seems, and others too. For the grave matrons and old rigid husbands think me as unfit for love as they are, but their wives, sisters, and daughters know, some of them, better things already.
Already?
Already, I say. Last night I was drunk with half a dozen of your civil persons, as you call them, and people of honour, and so was made free of their society and dressing rooms for ever hereafter, and am already come to the privileges of sleeping upon their pallets, warming smocks, tying shoes and garters, and the like. Doctor, already, Doctor, already, Doctor.
You have made good use of your time, sir.
I tell thee, I am now no more interruption to them when they sing or talk bawdy than a little squab French page who speaks no English.
But do civil persons and women of honour drink and sing bawdy songs?
Oh, amongst friends, amongst friends. For your bigots in honour are just like those in religion. They fear the eye of the world more than the eye of heaven, and think there is no virtue but railing at vice, and no sin but giving scandal. They rail at a poor little kept player, and keep themselves some young modest pulpit comedian to be privy to their sins in their closets, not to tell them of them in their chapels.
Nay, the truth on it is, priests amongst the women now have quite got the better of us lay confessors, physicians.
And they are rather their patients, but
Enter Lady Fidget, looking about her.
now we talk of women of honour. Here comes one. Step behind the screen there, but observe, for if I have not particular privileges with the women of reputation already, Doctor, already.
Quack retires.
Well, Horner, am I not a woman of honour? You see, I am as good as my word.
And you shall see, madam. I'll not be behindhand with you in honour, and I'll be as good as my word too, if you please, but to withdraw into the next room.
But first, my dear sir, you must promise to have a care of my dear honour.
If you talk a word more of your honour, you'll make me incapable to wrong it. To talk of honour and the mysteries of love is like talking of heaven or the deity in an operation of witchcraft. Just when you're employing the devil, it makes the charm impotent.
Nay, fie, let us not be smutty. But you talk of mysteries and bewitching to me. I don't understand you.
I tell you, madam, the word money in a mistress's mouth at such a nick of time is not more disheartening sound to a younger brother than that of honour to an eager lover like myself.
But you can't blame a lady of my reputation to be chary.
Chary? I have been chary of it already by the report I've caused myself.
Aye, but if you should ever let other women know that dear secret, it would come out. Nay, you must have a great care of your conduct, for my acquaintance are so censorious. Oh, 'tis a wicked, censorious word, Mr. Horner. I say, are so censorious and detracting that perhaps they'll talk to the prejudice of my honour, though you should not let them know the dear secret.
Nay, madam, rather than they shall prejudice your honour, I'll prejudice theirs, and to serve you, I'll lie with them all, make the secret their own, and then they'll keep it. I am Machiavel in love, madam.
Oh, no, sir, not that way.
Nay, the devil take me, if censorious women are to be silenced any other way.
A secret is better kept, I hope, by a single person than a multitude. Therefore, pray, do not trust anybody else with it, dear Mr. Horner.
Lady Fidget embraces Horner. Enter Sir Jaspar Fidget.
How now?
Oh, my husband! Prevented! And what's almost as bad, found with my arms around another man! And that would appear too much. What shall I say? Sir Jaspar, come hither. I am trying if Mr. Horner were ticklish, and he's as ticklish as can be. I love to torment the confounded toad. Let you and I tickle him.
No, your ladyship will tickle him better without me, I suppose. But is this your buying china? I thought you had been at the China House.
China House? That's my cue. I must take it. Oh, Pox, can't you keep your impertinent wives at home? Some men are troubled with the husbands, but I with the wives. But I'd have you to know, since I cannot be your journeyman by night, I will not be a drudge by day, to squire your wife about and be a man of straw or scarecrow, only to pies and jays that would be nibbling at your forbidden fruit. I shall be shortly the hackneyed gentleman usher of the town.
Poor fellow, he's in the right on its faith. To squire women about for other folks is as ungrateful an employment as to tell money for other folks. Bean't angry, Horner.
No, 'tis I have more reason to be angry, who am left by you to go abroad indecently alone, or, what is more indecent, to pin myself upon such ill-bred people of your acquaintance as this is.
Nay, prithee, what has he done?
Nay, he has done nothing.
But what do you take ill if he has done nothing?
Ha ha ha! Faith, I can't but laugh, however. Why, do ye think the unmannerly toad would come down to me the coach? I was fain to come up to fetch him, or go without him, which I was resolved not to do, for he knows China very well, and has himself very good, but will not let me see it, lest I should beg some. But I will find it out, and have what I came for yet.
Lock the door, madam.
Exit Lady Fidget and locks the door.
So she has got into my chamber and locked me out. Oh, the impertinency of womankind. Well, Sir Jaspar, plain dealing is a jewel. If ever you suffer your wife to trouble me again here, she shall carry you home a pair of horns. By my Lord Mayor she shall, though I cannot furnish you myself. You are sure yet I'll find a way.
At my first coming in and finding her arms about him, tickling him, it seems, I was half jealous. But now I see my folly. Poor Horner.
Nay, though you laugh now, 'twill be my turn ere long. Oh, women, more impertinent, more cunning, and more mischievous than their monkeys, and to me almost as ugly. Now, is she throwing my things about and rifling all I have? But I'll get into the back way, and so rifle her for it.
Poor angry Horner.
Stay here a little. I'll ferret her out to you presently, I warrant.
Horner exits at the other door. Sir Jaspar talks through the door to his wife, and she answers from within.
Poor angry Horner.
Stay here a little. I'll ferret her out to you presently, I warrant.
Horner exits at the other door. Sir Jaspar talks through the door to his wife. She answers from within.
Wife! My Lady Fidget! Wife! He is coming into you the back way!
Let him come, and welcome, which way he will.
He'll catch you and use you roughly and be too strong for you.
Oh, don't trouble yourself. Let him, if he can.
This indeed I could not have believed from him, nor any but my own eyes. Enter Mrs. Squemish.
Where's this woman-hater, this toad, this ugly, greasy, dirty sloven?
So the women all will have him ugly. Methinks he is a comely person, but his wants make his form contemptible to him. And 'tis in, as my wife said yesterday, talking of him, that a proper handsome eunuch was as ridiculous a thing as a gigantic coward.
Sir Jaspar, your servant, where is the odious beast?
He's within in his chamber with my wife. She's playing the wag with him.
Is she so? And he's a clownish beast. He'll give her no quarter. He'll play the wag with her again, let me tell you. Come, let's go help her. What? The door's locked.
Aye, my wife locked it.
Oh, did she so? Let's break it open then.
No, No, he'll do her no hurt.
But is there no other way to get into him? Whither goes this? I will disturb him.
Mrs. Squemish exits at another door. Enter old lady Squemish.
Where is this harlotry? This impudent baggage? This rambling Tom Rig? Oh, Sir Jaspar, I'm glad to see you here. Did you not see my vile grandchild come in hither just now?
Yes?
Aye, but where is she then? Where is she? Lord Sir Jaspar, I've e'en rattled myself to pieces in pursuit of her. But can you tell me what she makes here? They say below, no woman lodges here.
No?
No? What does she here then? Say, if it not be a woman's lodging, what makes she here? But are you sure no woman lodges here?
No, nor no man neither. This is Mr. Horner's lodging.
Is it so? Are you sure?
Yes, yes.
So, then there's no hurt in it, I suppose. But where is he?
Oh, he's in the next room with my wife.
Nay, if you trust him with your wife, I may with my biddy. They say he's a merry, harmless fellow now, e'en as a harmless a man as ever came out of Italy with a good voice, and as pretty harmless company for a lady, as a snake without his teeth.
Aye, poor man.
Re-enter Mrs. Squemish.
I can't find him. Oh, are you here, grandmother? I followed you. Must know, my lady Fidget hither. 'Tis the prettiest lodging, and I have been staring on the prettiest pictures.
Re-enter Lady Fidget with a piece of china in her hand, and Horner following her.
Oh, and I have been toiling and moiling for the prettiest piece of china, my dear.
Nay, she has been too hard for me. Do what I could.
Oh, Lord, I'll have some china too, good Mr. Horner. Don't give other people china and me none. Come in with me too.
Upon my honour, I have none left now.
Nay. I have known you deny your china before now, but you shan't put me off. So, come.
This lady had the last there.
Yes, indeed, madam. To my certain knowledge, he has no more left.
Oh, but it may be he may have some you could not find.
What do you think? If he had any left, I would not have had it too. For we women of quality think we never have china enough.
Do not take it ill. I cannot make china for you all, but I'll have a roll wagon for you too another time.
Thank you, dear Toad.
What do you mean by that promise?
Oh, alas, she has an innocent literal understanding.
Poor Mr. Horner. He has enough to do to please you all, I see.
Hi, madam, you see how they use me.
Poor gentleman. I pity you.
I thank you, madam. I could never find pity, but from such reverend ladies as you are, the young ones will never spare a man.
Come, beast, and go dine with us, for we shall want a man at Umber after dinner.
That's all their use of me, madam, you see.
Come, sloven, I'll lead you to be sure of you.
Pulls him by the cravat.
Alas, poor man, how she tugs him. Kiss her. That's the way to make such nice women quiet.
No, madam, that remedy is worse than the torment. They know I dare suffer anything rather than do it.
Prithee kiss her, and I'll give you her picture in little, that you admired so last night. Prithee do.
Well, nothing but that could bribe me. I love a woman only in effigy, and good painting as much as I hate them. I'll do it, for I could adore the devil well painted.
Horner kisses Mrs. Squemish.
Oh, you filthy toad! Nay, now I've done jesting. I told you so. Oh, a kiss of his.
Has no more hurt in it than one of my spaniels.
No more good, neither.
I will now believe anything he tells me. Enter Pinchwife.
Oh, Lord, here's a man. Sir Jaspar, my mask, my mask. I would not be seen here for the world.
What? Not when I am with you?
No, my honour. Let's be gone.
Oh, grandmother, let's be gone. Make haste, make haste. I know not how he may censure us.
Be found in the lodging of anything like a man. Away!
Exit Sir Jaspar Fidget, Lady Fidget, Old Lady Squemish, and Mrs. Squemish. What's here? Another cuckold? He looks like one, and none else sure have any business with him.
Well, what brings my dear friend hither?
Your impertinency.
My impertinency? Why, you gentlemen that have got handsome wives think you have a privilege of saying anything to your friends and are as brutish as if you were our creditors.
No, sir. I'll ne'er trust you anyway.
Oh, but why not, dear Jack? Why defide in me thou knowest so well?
Because I do know you so well.
Aren't I been always thy friend, honest Jack, always ready to serve thee in love or battle, before thou wert married, and am so still?
I believe so. You would be my second now, indeed.
Well then, dear Jack, why so unkind? So grum, so strange to me. Come, prithee, kiss me, my dear rogue. Gad, I was always, I say, and am still as much thy servant as...
And I am yours, sir. What, you would send a kiss to my wife, is that it?
So, there 'tis. A man can't show his friendship to a married man, but presently he talks of his wife to you. Prithee, let thy wife alone, and let thee and I be all one, as we were once. What? Thou art as shy of my kindness as a Lombard Street alderman of a courtier's civility at Lockhead's.
But you are over kind to me, as kind as if I were your cuckold already. Yet I must confess you ought to be kind and civil to me, since I am so kind, so civil to you as to bring you this. Look you there, sir.
Pinchwife delivers Horner his letter.
What is't?
Only a love letter, sir.
From whom? How? This is from your wife.
Even from my wife, sir. Am I not wondrous kind and civil to you now? But you'll not think her so.
Is this a trick of his or hers?
The gentleman's surprised, I find. What, you expected a kinder letter?
No, faith not. How could I?
Yes, I'm sure you did. A man so well made as you are must needs be disappointed if the women declare not their passion at first sight or opportunity.
But what should this mean? Stay in the postscript.
Horner reads the letter to one side.
Be sure you love me, whatsoever my husband says to the contrary, and let him not see this, lest he should come home and pinch me or kill my squirrel. It seems he knows not what the letter contains.
Come, ne'er wonder at it so much.
Faith, I can't help it.
Now, I think I have deserved your infinite friendship and kindness, and have showed myself sufficiently an obliging, kind friend and husband. Am I not so, to bring a letter from my wife to her gallant?
Aye, the devil take me, art thou the most obliging, kind friend and husband in the world.
Well, you may be merry, sir, but in short I must tell you, sir, my honour will suffer no jesting.
What does thou mean?
Does the letter want a comment? Then, no, sir, though I have been so civil a husband as to bring you a letter from my wife to let you kiss and court her to my face, I will not be a cuckold, sir, I will not.
Thou art mad with jealousy. I never saw thy wife in my life, but at the play yesterday, and I know not if it were she or no. I caught her, kiss her.
I will not be a cuckold, I say. There will be danger in making me a cuckold.
Why, wert thou not well cured of thy last clap?
I wear a sword.
It should be taken from thee, lest thou should do thyself a mischief with it. Thou art mad, man.
As mad as I am, and as merry as you are, I must have more reason from you ere we part. I say again, though you kissed and courted last night my wife in man's clothes, as she confesses in her letter,
Ha!
both she and I say you must not design it again, for you have mistaken your woman as you have done your man.
Oh, I understand something now. Was that thy wife? Why, wouldst thou not tell me 'twas she? Faith, my freedom with her was your fault, not mine.
Faith, so it was.
Why, I'd never do it to a woman before her husband's face, sure.
But I'd rather you should do it to my wife before my face than behind my back, and that you shall never do.
No, you will hinder me.
If I would not hinder you, you see by her letter she would.
Well, I must acquiesce then, and be contented with what she writes.
I'll assure you, 'twas voluntarily writ. I have no hand in it, you may believe me.
I do believe thee, Faith.
And believe her too, for she is an innocent creature, has no dissembling in her. And so fare you well, sir.
Pray, however, present my humble service to her, and tell her I will obey her letter to a tittle, and fulfill her desires, be what they will, or with what difficulty soever I do it, and you shall be no more jealous of me, I warrant her and you.
Well then, fare you well, and play with any man's honour but mine, kiss any man's wife but mine, and welcome.
Pinchwife exits.
Ha ha ha, Doctor!
It seems he has not heard the report of you, or does not believe it.
No, Doctor. What think you?
Pray, let's see the letter. For dear, love you.
I wonder how she could contrive it. What say thou to it? 'Tis an original?
So are your cuckolds too originals, for they are like no other common cuckolds, and I will henceforth believe it not impossible for you to cuckold the Grand Signor amidst his guards of eunuchs. That I say.
And I say for the letter, 'tis the first love letter that ever was without flames, darts, fates, destinies lying and dissembling in it.
Enter Sparkish, pulling in Pinchwife.
Come back, you are a pretty brother-in-law. Neither go to church nor to dinner with your sister's bride.
My sister denied her marriage, and you see is gone away from you unsatisfied.
Pshaw! Upon a foolish scruple that our parson was not in lawful orders, and did not say all the common prayer. But it's her modesty only, I believe. But let all women be never so modest the first day, they'll be sure to come to themselves by night, and I shall have enough of her then. In the meantime, Harry Horner, you must dine with me. I keep my wedding at my aunt's in the piazza.
Thy wedding? What stale maid has lived to despair of a husband, or what young one of a gallant?
Oh, your servant, sir. This gentleman's sister, then. No stale mind.
I'm sorry for it.
How comes he so concerned for her?
You sorry for't? What, do you know any ill by her?
No, I know none, but by thee. 'Tis for her sake and not yours, and another man's sake that might have hoped, I thought.
Another man? Another man? What is his name?
Nay, since 'tis past, he shall be nameless. Poor Harcourt, I am sorry thou hast missed her.
He seems to be much troubled at the match.
Prithee, tell me. Nay, you shan't go, brother.
I must of necessity, but I'll come to you to dinner.
Pinchwife exits.
But, Harry, what? Have I a rival in my wife already? But with all my heart, for he may be of use to me hereafter, for though my hunger is now my sauce, and I can full heartily without, the time will come when a rival will be as good sauce for a married man to a wife as an orange to a veal.
Oh, thou damned rogue, thou hast set my teeth on edge with thy orange.
Best to dinner. There I was with you again. Come!
Ah, but who dines with thee?
My friends and relations, my brother Pinchwife, you see, of your acquaintance.
And his wife?
No, Gad. You'll never let her come amongst us, good fellows. Your stingy country coxcomb keeps his wife from his friends, as he does his little firkin of ale for his own drinking, and a gentleman can't get a smack on't, but his servants, when his back is turned, broach it at their pleasures and dust it away. Gad, I am witty. I think, considering I was married today, by the world. But come.
Nope, I will not dine with you unless you can fetch her too.
Pshaw! What pleasure canst thou have with women now, Harry?
My eyes are not gone. I love a good prospect yet, and I will not dine with you unless she does too. Go, fetch her, therefore, but do not tell her husband 'tis for my sake.
Well, I'll go try what I can do. In the meantime, come away to my aunt's lodging. 'Tis in the way to the Pinchwife's.
The poor woman has called for aid, and I stretch forth her hand, Doctor. I cannot help her over the pale of the briars.
Exit all. Scene 4. A room in Pinchwife's house. Mrs. Pinchwife alone, leaning on her elbow, with a table, pen, ink, and paper.
Well, 'tis even so. I have got the London disease they call love. I am sick of my husband and for my gallant. I have heard this distemper called a fever, but methinks 'tis like an egg. When I think of my husband, I tremble, and when I am in a cold sweat and have inclinations to vomit. But then when I think of my gallant, dear Mr. Horner, my hot fit comes, and I am all in a fever indeed, and in other fevers, my own chamber is tedious to me, and I would fain be removed to his, and then methinks I should be well. Oh, poor Mr. Horner. Well, I will not stay here, therefore I will make an end of my letter to him, which shall be a finer letter than my last, because I have studied it like anything. Oh, sick.
She takes the pen and writes. Enter Pinchwife, who, seeing her writing, steals softly behind her, and looking over her shoulder, snatches the paper from her.
What? Writing more letters?
Oh, Lord Bud, why'd you frighten me so?
Mrs. Pinchwife offers to run out. He stops her and reads.
How's this? Nay, you shall not stir, madam. Dear Mr. Horner. Very well. I have taught you to write letters to good purpose, but let us see it. First, I am to beg your pardon for my boldness in writing to you, which I'd have you to know I would not have done, had not you said first you loved me so extremely, which if you do, you will never suffer me to lie in the arms of another man who I loathe, nauseate, and detest. Now you can write these filthy words. But what follows? Therefore, I hope you will speedily find some way to free me from this unfortunate match, which was never, I assure you, of my choice, but I'm afraid 'tis already too far gone. However, if you love me as I do you, you will try what you can do, but you must help me away before tomorrow, or else, alas, I shall be forever out of your reach, for I can defer no longer our... What is to follow our? Huh? Speak, what? Our journey into the country, I suppose. Oh, woman, damned woman, and love, damned love, their old tempter. For this is one of his miracles. In a moment he can make those blind that could see, and those that were blind, those dumb that could speak, and those prattle who were dumb before. Nay, what is more than all, make these dough-baked, senseless, indocile animals women too hard for us, their politic lords and rulers, in a moment. But make an end of your letter, and then I'll make an end of you thus, and all my plagues together.
He draws his sword.
Oh Lord, you are such a passionate man, Bud.
Enter Sparkish.
How now, what's here to do?
Oh, this fool here now.
Oh, what? Drawn upon your wife? You should never do that, but at night in the dark when you can't hurt her. This is my sister-in-law, is it not? Aye, faith, in our country, Margery.
He pulls aside her handkerchief.
One may know her. Come, she and you must go dine with me. Dinner's ready, come. But where's my wife? Is she not come yet? Where is she?
Making you a cuckold. 'Tis what they all do, as soon as they can.
What? The wedding day? No. A wife that designs to make a cully of her husband will be sure to let him win the first stake of love by the world. But come, they stay dinner for us. Come, I'll lead down our Margery.
No. Sir, go, we'll follow you.
I will not wag without you.
This coxcomb is a sensible torment to me amidst the greatest in the world.
Come, Madam Margery.
No, I'll lead her my way. What, would you treat your friends with mine for want of your own wife?
Pinchwife leads his wife to the other door and locks her in and returns.
I am contented my rage should take breath.
I told all of this.
Come now.
Lord, how shy you are of your wife. But let me tell you, brother, we men of wit have amongst us a saying that cockholding, like the smallpox, comes with a fear. And you may keep your wife as much as you will out of danger of infection, but if her constitution incline her to it, you'll have it sooner or later. By the world, they say.
What a thing is a cuckold, but every fool can make him ridiculous. Well, sir, but let me advise you. Now you are come to be concerned because you suspect the danger, not to neglect the means to prevent it, especially when the greatest share of the malady will light upon your own head. For however the kind wife's belly comes to swell, the husband breeds for her, and first is ill.
Exit all.